You can start, sir.
Well,
You can start the session, sir.
yeah.
You can start the
I
session,
start.
sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay. No. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ravishankar from Chennai. I'm specialist for mode of communication, supporting for 21 types of disabilities. Because I'm focused to children for autism children. Many people not having the intuition for autism children with disability. The problem is our communication barrier. Most of the children problem not for family and environment also. This our the near the problem. Where most of the children, 80% of using of non-verbal communication only. First, I will show one presentation. You see the presentation, then you can understand the presentation. First, here is presentation. So having the inclusions, see the diagram, disability, social integration, region, socio-economic, gender, age, race, ability, culture, are disability is not a bad entity in the environment. Rather, it's a negative attitude of individual that creates challenges, change your attitude. To achieve the other quick, I learned the value of non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication will support in negative life in meeting your needs. Unempty approach will lead to suspect a statement hold your truth. First, reduction. What is disability? How many types of disability? These type of disability require includes high level of support. Types of high formulas: time management, activity daily living, independent living, seven pillar of inclusion, human life within boundaries, verbal and non-verbal communication, inclusion everything, in communication everything. And see these pictures, the four types of the individual, environmental, attitude, insulation. The four types that have the more the barriers. Because problem with personal disability, they have the more than problem, they have the environmental issue. First problem is they have the can understand the person with disability only for communication and body language and personality development. The different types of disability problems, main problem is communication only. See this. What is disability? How many types of disability in around the world? These types of disability require and need high level of support. Which factors determine this need? For example, in the world, having 21 types of disability. The 21 types of disability, the having the main problem is the seven types of. But why? Because, for example, locomotor and blind people having managed independently. But autism, multiple disability, deaf and blind, hearing impaired, intellectual disability, cyber policy, multiple speech and language disability. So this disability need for high support. We can need eye support without communication how to support. We want to see the person. CD, disability sound, audition spectrum, hearing impaired, type of policy, intellectual disability, multiple disability, blind and deaf, multiple CSD, speech and language disability. With all types of disabilities, when you learn first five formulas, life is very important for five formulas. First is you will understand the circle diagram, the English, the eight types of disability. However, we can support and understand the people with disabilities. However, can you learn 5 formulas before? First formulas: patience, balance, action, position, and to do. Life is very important. The 5 formulas: patience, balance, action, position, and to do. Second formula: upset the pain, smile, control your anger, upset the advice, and courage. Third formula: environment, impairment, attitude, communication, access, and mobility. Fourth formula: love your children and speak slowly. Understand your children's behavior and trust yourself. Change your attitude and accept your pain. Maintain proper understand and listening. It is very important to maintain and patient and smile. Form number 5. Body and sign language, eye contact, facial expression, touch and object and picture. Form number 5. They have contributed to disability using the different types of positions to using for non-verbal communication. The first step is change your attitude and it is external. Every child with a disability can change attitude only for 20%. However, with the increased attitude of 80% of non-disability, only then society and the community naturally becoming inclusive. These formulas, 5 formulas, very, very important for life. First, understand the formulas and then communicate to the person with disability. Third is autism spectrum disorder. Autism is main problem. Sorry, autism and 5 types of disability. Autism are different disability, different problem. First problem is having the behavior issues only main problem. Some people with autism they have the find out the behavior issues. First is learn through question. Question is very, very important. And find their position. Which position you should communicate, which position you're doing, which position you learn with different types of position. Find out the position. Third, change your attitude because 20% change your attitude for the autism person. But 80% of change your attitude is very important. First, and action. Sorry, balance and action. The 5 types is very, very important for behavior issues because as over time, welcome to over time, definitely will be success. This is very true. What happened to the person with disability? Main problem, for example, autism syndrome is different brain. How to understand the person with stored patience is very important. Follow up time management is very important. You can see the step. See the time management. For example, per day 24 hours, 24 hours, 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours spending the school period of time, 8 hours of family and disability. For example, teachers can understand the person with children. The family is going to be 8 hours spending with time with family. Family can understand the children, how to understand other person. That is very, very important. But children, what is communicated, maintain the slowly, to speak to understand the person. This is very important. Just daily activity, daily living. See this. Follow up every day. Person give the respect, take a definition and choice. So more than children with autism is not given the opportunity also. For example, the person is having to discover different skill and talent. But the problem is no one can understand our communications barrier. That is the main problem in the environment. Here you have to learn the communication, the people how to communicate a person, how to understand the person, first to learn. We do into daily activity. For daily activity, from morning to night, bathing, eating, drinking, whatever. We need to follow time management. Put the timetable. Daily, for example, morning 6 o'clock, the night to 12. Daily timetable. Number one. Number two is the timetable is want to follow up every day. And one more thing, want to emergency situation going to outside, whatever required in him, the people give to expert. For example, to do not have in class, I will use tomorrow section, the one told. The many people not give to expert for autism syndrome. The problem is disability. Disability is not disability, it's having the ability. One by children having the ability, different skill and talent. But give it the opportunity, give it the research. This is the activity daily living is very important. The activity daily living, they will do the automatically will come to independent living. They follow up every day. They come to independent living, learn new things, new friendship. Other people will understand our problems. Lifestyle can change. The person autism, the lifestyle will change. First, focus time management is very important. Second, activity daily living. Third is independent living. Independent will understand the people come to environment and will come to inclusion. Third is the 7 pillar of inclusion. Policy, communication, attitude, opportunity, choice, partnership, classes. The 7 pillar of inclusion is very important for life. Third is, for example, human life is a banyan tree. Here is the pictures, the banyan trees are there. The banyan tree, the seed is the 7 pillar. First is you see the root that like. First is communication. Second is attitude. Third is choice. Fourth is partnership. Fifth is Fifth is policy. Sixth is access. If you have different types of that, first the main problem is the person understands the communication situation. Whatever language, Tamil language, Telugu, whatever, but please understand the person. What first understand the person's patience very important. Patience, position, change your attitude, maintain balance and action. The five formulas they put to a pocket, a definitely one day at the right time will be success. This is very true. That is my opinion. Third is there are two types of communication, verbal and non-verbal. See the picture. First circle having no RWLS. First circle reading, writing, speaking, listening. It is of verbal communication. Reading, speaking is for example, sorry. Listening, speaking. This is a verbal. Reading, writing is non-verbal. See this. Some people, for example, for person with disability, how to communicate to the person, first to speak and understand, leave it. To read, to write, the four options are there. Sometimes the second circle sound is head, ear, nose, mouth, eye, hand, and leg. For example, human bodies, how many volts are there? There are the 9 volts. 9 volts and one by one volt having a different value. At the same time, the person with disability is communicate different types of this. Head, ear, nose, mouth, eye, and leg. How to understand the person? The position is very important. First is learn position, position, attitude, balance, and actions are very important. Many people, not as people, thinking about only one money, one life, only for money, money, money. Money is there. How to get to money without communication? How to get to money? That is very important. Learn the communication, speak clearly, slowly, and understand the person. This is very, very important. The third circle seed is money, relationship, friendship, choice, preference, support, family, and power. Automatic you can first understand the first circle and can communicate to use the second circle and understand the third circle. This is communication circle. See this. Worldwide, there are 1.3 billion people with disability. However, the primary issue is communication. Sorry. Worldwide, there are 1.3 billion people with disability. However, the primary issue is communication is barrier. Approximately 20% of people rely on non-verbal communication. However, 80% of people with disability rely on non-verbal communication. For example, please refer to diagram of inclusion. Four types of inclusion. Inclusion is everything. They have to see the four circles. First is escalation, second is acceleration, third is interaction, fourth is inclusion. For example, inclusions are there. They have more the inclusion is not there because the problem is in inclusion having the communication barrier. For example, because I'm also not disability, other person is disability. I will support the person with disability and understand the communication, how to support the person. It's not having the inclusion. The inclusion is change your attitude first. First is to change your attitude, then work to learn properly and understand the communication is very important. Different types of disability involve communication from various non-verbal positions. For example, how many are there in the human body? There are 9 words. Each word signifies important additional free non-verbal communication can be actually used in different parts of a human body. Please refer to diagram of future classification. Communication is everything. Here is eye, ear, taste, touch, and smell. The brain is never lost how to communicate with another person. However, can learn advance the 5 key formulas of non-verbal communication: patience, position, attitude, balance, and action. This is very, very important formula. For example, a person can't understand per year, here you want to read and write, use object and picture, use sign language. So different types are there. Same time, audition syndrome, we have the different sides. Some people how to understand the behavior issues problem. Sometimes they have in the techniques of the one by one, they have the weakness point. I find out the weakness point. How to support the person, how to learn the dislike. Slowly, step. Suddenly is not come. Because autism syndrome, the teachers want both suffering friends to refund. Other people will trust with you. Without trust, no matter. Not good anything. See this. The 8 important aspects of our word aspect naturally become a part of your life. The encourage victim, community aspect of non-verbal communication, the effort more than just benefit to the environment. The play and role, it suits the inclusion of others' understanding. See this picture, the non-verbal communication is of the friendship, inclusion, learn new ideas, can get more than reference, can get to new job, environment can give more support, give more happiness, conscious problems, there will be some other find a good solution. It is possible to learn non-verbal communication in advance, whatever you need, and result comes outcomes of, for example, I give you an example. One person having a caretaker. Caretaker support for person with disability. The caretaker absent the person. But caretaker, what happened? The caretaker suddenly graduates. More than not having job. By doing the caretaker only. Or the caretaker, the single family will support the caretaker. Whatever you need for caretaker, lifestyle will be changed. Our children give to new college, new school, give to friends. Whatever problem, we support the parents also. This is available. But the problem is the caretaker understand the person for autism children. Autism children understand the person with caretaker. The both of our friendship will come to more than solutions come. The serious picture, non-verbal communication, whatever comes automatically, this is very, very true. This is my circle. My name is Ravishankar from Chennai, Communication Specialist. I focus on non-verbal method of individual with hearing impairment and other disabilities. I support a non-verbal communication individual within 20 types of disability. We have experience of experience disability sector. I have provided support for non-verbal communication explained by step by step. Body and sign language, Indian sign language, American sign language, British sign language, Canada sign language, and 30 sign language. 30 sign language, some people have multiple disabilities, blind and deaf and dumb. They're using the 30 sign. So this is 30 sign language. Next is alphabet hypotension. Some people communicate with the eye contact. Morse code tool. Because this, for example, of start to start there, we have to colors and alphabets and numbers. The people which direction is going to eye, we're going to communicate. That's the brain language. That's gesture expression and devices. The all devices are, for example, all this non-verbal communication are supporting the work person. I'm interested in working the focus on the work with non-disability, women and children, including teaching and non-verbal communication. This is this is because many women and children face numerous problems and struggles. Whatever, however, if we learn non-verbal communication in advance, our problem and struggles can be reduced automatically. The statement is made true. I'm qualification because it's not to learn certificate course in college, but I learned our experience. I learned more than experience. I learned and more than support a person with disability. I will do more than teaching. I have a qualification to complete 10th grade and diploma in 10 areas. I changed our answer to learn about non-verbal communication. Soon I will experience including reference from caregivers. I will provide greater support for different types of non-verbal communication. The knowledge can also help others learn that non-verbal communication brings more than just happiness. It includes meaningful encouragement of children with disability. The letters of together support with children with disability in country the betterment of our country. This is very, very important. Thank you for returning for counted. The circle topic support children with disability. We face a challenge in communication record, inverse staging, and deep understanding for the need. If a diagram of shared experience uploaded visual often the converse ideas more than effective specific can discuss about topic level and the communication for children with disability. We emphasize on how the children with disability can teach us parents, support, daughters, and others powerful world forward multiple and understanding. Which is key to create inclusive care environment and we have to support the brainstorm with the inclusive child with without the ability to express the needs is a perfect response. See this diagram, autism spectrum disorders are there. For example, daughter, for parents, how to give the treatment for children going to hospital. Doctors communicate with not patient is autism, but doctors communicate with parents. The parents, for example, doctors communicate to parents, parents communicate autism district of how to understand. It's very, very possible. Doctor wants to learn the communication of autism children with non-verbal communication. The person with understand the communication, doctor wants to learn. Doctor communicate to directly to patient. Always doctors communicate only for parents. Parents understand this like refer to the children for autism dislike. How to possible? One small communication mistake, life is become to big problem. That the one after caretaker. Caretaker will support the autism syndrome. How? Caretaker life time spent for money. For example, caretakers time spent in autism children. For why? Many times the people in the bigger issues know how to learn, how to understand, how to see a caretaker. The parents don't know. The parents going to office also. So they don't understand the person also. The main problem the patients understand only one person caretaker only. Caretaker only for 10th standard only. But given to more than support. Why? The caretaker support for children with autism. The parents, now, whatever support, I will give support. Because our children will support with me. Sometimes caretaker will have new job, new support, reference, whatever will come to automatically. This is very, very true. That only change your attitude and learn to non-verbal. Non-verbal is more than expert of that. This is number one. Number two, for example, non-disabled people finish a graduate. Okay. They finish a graduate after going to many jobs, many companies not given proper responsibility. How many problems are there? But change your attitude, at least 2 years spend the time with children with autism or other disabled people also. Do the caretaker, whatever you do. But the parents will support the person. Why the parents sometimes have the character, architect, doctor, businessman, whatever. The parents give to reference. The parents give the reference. You have to get a good job. Your children also give to good college, good education also. They support the money also. Whatever the future support, do with reference. But main problem, the autism children can understand the person caretaker. Caretaker understand the person autism syndrome. Both of them you can't to love. That's only parents keep it. It's more than value are there. For more than value are there. With upset the learn non-verbal communication first. First is a very, very important patient, position, attitude, balance and action. The five formulas keep word pocket. After the formula, and then you can do slowly communicate to individual audition. This is a very, very important concept. See, thank you for support the project focus on non-verbal communication. And awareness of women and children and non-disabled people, the step-by-step approach is found like something structured way to address things critically. Please share the step to a man and assessing the feeling engagement, the plan to increase your fitness. Together, we can take the meaningful project the bright communication gap and for everyone including specifically children, individuals who rely on non-verbal methodology. Your focus on encouraging parents, caregiver, nurse, daughter, and special school, and key stakeholder is an non-verbal communication, awareness and excellence. As how we could approach it step by step. In certificate course on non-verbal communication extent, the idea of formulas learn to empower individuals to support schools that rely on non-verbal methods. To help lecture certificate course on non-verbal communication, parents, nurse, daughter, teachers, caregivers, social workers, and anyone interested. Note, the non-verbal communication is very important for offline sessions because because offline sessions there more benefits such as opportunity to practical for non-verbal activities, eye contact, face expression, body language, and concept. Online sessions have lack clarity in eye contact and face expression due to voice break and background noise. Therefore, I'm focusing on offline session only. Number six, if organization cancels our skill and talent in the area of non-verbal communication, we have definitely can do it once again. Organization can increase the skill and talent in the area of non-verbal communication. We will definitely support children with disability in the country. I focus on children with disability because communication is a critical aspect of life. I refer the three statement forms: speak clearly, understand, and listening. While it's possible to change the attitude of children with disability, about 20% is no possibility inclusion the answer to 80% of non-disabled individuals. So change will lead to impact and automatic solutions of the community, society as well to the world. Series from agreed modern support for not due to awareness in school, college, hospital, government, sometimes government official due to more than awareness. This is first is World Disability Day 2023. Sign language, Indian Sign Language, agreed certificate course for 3 months. And this is on World Hearing Day. This is the communication